I let the curtains sway in the faint breeze, watching the shadows stretch across the floor, like they're reaching for something they've wanted for years. The room feels suspended in time, a soft pause between the noise of the day and the things I'm too tired to name. I sit with my knees drawn close, letting the dim glow wrap around me, like the night is trying to keep me company. Somewhere in the distance, a train hums its way through the dark, steady and low, the kind of sound that makes you feel less alone without knowing why. I've always loved that hum, the way it slips into the silence without interrupting it. It makes me think of quiet promises, the ones whispered half awake, that you hope someone remembers. I pick up my phone, not to check messages, but just to feel something familiar in my hand. The screen lights up my face with a glow that looks too honest, revealing a version of me I don't always wanna confront tonight, though I let her stay. The tired, quiet girl with soft eyes who's still learning how to trust herself again. The floorboards creak gently as I shift my weight. Their old wood singing a slow and patient melody. I think about the conversations I never finished, the ones that faded before I found the words I meant. I wonder if they still linger in the air somewhere, hanging like dust in a sunbeam, waiting for me to breathe in. My thoughts drift to people I used to know intimately, people I loved in small, unspoken ways. I don't miss them exactly, I miss the space they held, the warmth they left behind, the way their laughter seemed to brighten the air itself. Memory is strange that way, it softens the edges, but keeps the weight of the meaning. Settling into my bones, slowing my pulse until it feels like the night is moving with me. I close my eyes and listen to the faint hum of the world outside. Cars in the distance, a dog barking once, the soft sigh of wind against the window pane. Everything becomes part of the same rhythm, a gentle heartbeat I didn't know I needed. And in this slow breathing darkness, I feel something inside me lose lights fade into the window as I'm drifting through the quiet after midnight. No destination in my mind, just the echo of your voice still humming in the air. I keep replaying every moment, like the world was built for only you and I. But the silence grows between the headlights, and I wonder if you the same tonight. The road keeps stretching like a memory that I'm scared to turn away from. Every song on the radio reminds me of a version of us we never said out loud. And maybe I'm chasing shadows, or maybe I'm just afraid of letting go. But the night feels softer when I'm thinking about the things we never told each other. Ooh, ha, ha, ooh, ha, ha, ooh. I breathe you in like the cold night wind, even though you're nowhere near me now. My hands stay steady on the wheel, but my heart keeps drifting back to where we started. And I try to paint the sky with reasons why I should forget the way you laughed, the way you stayed a moment longer when you knew I needed someone to listen. Ooh, the stars fall quietly behind the clouds, as if they're keeping secrets meant for us. And I close my eyes for just a second, letting the hum of streetlights hold me close. If I could turn the night into a song, I'd write every line with the warmth of your name. I'd let it echo over the river and fade gently into the place where we first met. Somewhere in the spaces of my heartbeat, there's a tenderness I've never said aloud, a soft confession drifting like smoke through the corners of an empty apartment. And even if you never hear this, even if the night keeps you far away, I'll keep singing to the memory of the moment when the world felt possible with you. The city keeps unfolding like a dream, neon colors melting into quiet blue. I let my worries sink beneath the rhythm as the music carries me through the dark. Yeah, I wonder if the moonlight touches you the way it fills my hands with longing. I wonder if you think of me when the night feels deeper than the distant. But I don't need an answer now, not while the world is moving slow, not while the soft glow of midnight makes every breath feel like a promise. So I'll keep driving through the quiet, letting my thoughts unravel in the dark. And if this song ever reaches you, I hope it feels like home. I hope it feels like the night we almost loved. slowly your memories return, whether I ask for them or not. I catch myself wondering why goodbyes never sound the way we plan them. Sometimes they're quiet, barely a breath between two people who no longer know how to stay. Sometimes they echo for weeks in the spaces we pretend not to feel. You had a way of looking at me like you were trying to memorize something you knew you'd lose. I didn't understand it then, how you whispered I'm fine with a softness that felt like surrender. How you stared at the floor as if your heart was already halfway out the door. The truth, we were both searching for warmth in places that kept cooling down, trying to build a fire from the last few sparks of a season we outgrew without noticing. But even endings can hold a kind of beauty if you stop fighting long enough to see it. I lean back into the chair, legs tucked under me, letting the city hum seep into my bones. It's a lonely kind of comfort, the kind you learn to accept when you finally stop expecting the past to explain itself. There were nights when your laughter filled this room like a bright flame, turning everything gold. Nights when we forgot how fragile we really were, but life moves quickly and sometimes love does too. I don't blame us anymore for losing track of it. The clock taps its slow rhythm, as if reminding me that time keeps moving. Whether I understand its lessons or not, I breathe in, holding the quiet steady, and let your name drift to the back of my thoughts. Not erased, just placed gently where it no longer hurts. And maybe somewhere you're staring at a different window in a different city, trying to stitch yourself back together with whatever you have left. I hope it's enough. I hope you're softer with yourself than we ever were with each other. As the night folds into deeper blue, as the world settles into a slow exhale, I finally feel something I've been waiting for. The stillness after the storm, the quiet after the unraveling, the first small sign that letting go doesn't always mean losing. And so I sit here in this room that remembers you, but no longer aches for you. Listening to the soft hum of life continuing without a set, and for the first time in a long time it feels okay. It feels okay. I sit on the edge of my bed, where the air feels softer than usual, like it's holding secrets no one asked it to keep. The lamp glows faintly, spilling gentle amber light over my tired hands. I watch the shadows stretch and shrink with each breath, quietly reminding me that I'm still here, even when I feel faded. There's a faint echo of you in the corners of this room. Not loud, not haunting, just a tender outline of something that once fit beautifully between us. I trace it with my thoughts, following the shape of memories that refuse to be filed away. Maybe some things are meant to be forgotten as quickly as we pretend. Outside, a breeze moves through the narrow street, carrying faint hums of passing conversations. In the distant pulse of the city, it feels like the world is exhaling after a long, heavy day, and I breathe with it, slowly letting go of the stiffness that's been living beneath my ribs for weeks. I remember the way you used to say the nighttime had its own rhythm, a softer tempo, a deeper heartbeat I didn't understand then. But tonight I hear it clearly. It's in the way the silence wraps itself gently around each moment, turning even the smallest feelings into something strangely sacred. The moon slips across the sky like it's searching for a place to rest. I feel that too, that quiet drift, that longing for somewhere to settle my thoughts. I close my eyes and let the cool velvet of the air brush against my skin, reminding me of calm I thought I'd forgotten how to feel. Maybe we weren't perfect, but perfection was never the point. What mattered was the way we tried, the softness you offered on days when I couldn't find my own, the warmth that lingered long after your voice fell silent. Even now I carry pieces of that gentleness, not as regret but as a gift that shapes who I'm becoming. As the hour deepens, my thoughts unspool slowly, untangling from the weight I've been holding. I realize there's room now, room to breathe, room to heal, room to let new light in without forcing anything to fill the spaces you left. So I sit a little longer in the dim glow of this quiet room, letting the night settle in its own slow rhythm. There's no rush, no urgency, just the steady unfolding of something gentle and true. And when I finally lie back and let my eyes fall closed, the air between us feels warm again, like a soft reminder that some endings can still leave behind a beautiful kind of peace. The city windows glow like distant lanterns, and I'm walking through the quiet hour where everything feels paused, like the night is holding its breath with me. A thin breeze curls around my wrist, carrying the scent of rain that never fell, and I let it guide me forward, one soft step at a time, into the kind of stillness that feels almost supernatural. I remember your voice in flashes, not whole sentences, but the way your words used to land like tiny sparks on my skin. Sometimes I think the dark steals people, keeps them somewhere between yesterday and the version of tomorrow we were too scared to reach for. But even now, your silhouette leans across the back of my memory, folded inside the hum of the streetlights. I keep thinking about the night we stayed awake until sunrise, talking about nothing, letting our laughter echo off the empty walls. There was a softness in the air, a warmth that had no name, the kind of moment you don't recognize as precious until much later, after the rhythm of life shakes everything loose again. If I close my eyes, I can still feel the glow of it, like a secret I'm not ready to give up. Hours slip by like liquid silver, dripping down the edges of the moon. Every sound feels slow, every heartbeat stretch wider, as if the universe is trying to make room for all the things I never said. Sometimes I talk to the sky as though it remembers you too, as though it knows the way your laughter used to tilt the world into something gentler. There's a softness beneath the neon, a hidden warmth inside the dark, and I sink into it willingly. I let the night carry me, let the slow rhythm of the city beat through my chest until it steadies me. If healing has a sound, maybe it's this, a low hum, a quiet pulse, a song that rises only after midnight. And if you're out there somewhere between the stars and the shadows of your own thoughts, I hope you can hear me. Not the words, but the feeling beneath them, the way they tremble, the way they glow, the way they reach. Because even when the night wraps everything in silence, there's a part of me that keeps moving, keeps calling, keeps hoping the dark will return you even, just as a ripple in the air. So I keep walking, letting the lights mirror the galaxies, letting the quiet wrap around me like velvet. This hour belongs to no one, but it holds me gently, and I breathe a little easier. Maybe that's enough for tonight. Not answers, not closure, just the soft comfort of knowing the night still listens, and so do I. The clock on the shelf ticks slowly, each second stretching like a thin thread pulled carefully through fabric. I sit by the window with my legs folded, watching the faint glow of the city spill across the glass. The night feels heavier than usual, but not in a way that scares me, more like it's asking me to finally stop running from myself. A soft breeze slips into the room through the cracked window, lifting a strand of my hair as if gently reminding me that even the smallest movement can change the air around you. I breathe deeply, letting the coolness settle in the spaces of my chest that have felt tight for days. It's strange how healing can begin in moments this quiet. My notebook eyes open beside me, pages scattered with half-formed thoughts, doodles in the margins, sentences that trail off before they find their point. I touch the paper lightly, feeling the texture press back against my fingertips. Writing isn't coming easy tonight, but maybe not everything needs to be finished to matter. The radiator hums in the corner, a low steady sound that blends with the distant echo of footsteps on the sidewalk below. Someone's shoes tap a rhythm that feels almost hopeful, even though I don't know where they're going or who they're returning to. I imagine them bundled in a coat, hands in pockets, searching for warmth, the way I'm searching for quiet. I lean my forehead against the window, the glass cool against my skin, and watch the lights flicker on the opposite building. Some windows glow bright, others stay dark, a mosaic of stories I'll never hear. It's comforting somehow, knowing that everyone has a night where they sit alone and try to understand themselves. A playlist hums softly from my speaker, the chords warm and delicate, like someone brushing fingertips across the back of my mind. The melody moves slowly, unrushed, giving me space to breathe. Sometimes music feels like a mirror that reflects the parts of me I forget to look at. The tiredness, the softness, the small hopes I keep buried. The night deepens, and with it a sense of release settles in. Not a dramatic realization, not a sudden shift, just a quiet loosening of the things I've held too tightly. I let my shoulders fall, let my heart beat slow into something gentler. Healing rarely announces itself. Sometimes it just sits beside you in the dark and waits for you to notice. I pull the blanket over my legs, feeling its warmth seeping slowly, steadying me in ways I didn't know I needed. Outside the city keeps breathing, soft and distant, and for the first time in days I breathe with it. Not ahead, not behind, just here in this quiet moment that feels safe enough to stay. Spills faintly under the door, a thin line of gold cutting across the floor. I watch it flicker as someone walks past, steps slow, soft, almost fragile. A reminder that everyone carries their own quiet battles at night. I breathe in the stillness, hugging my knees to my chest, like I'm holding a piece of myself that I don't want the world to disturb. The air is cool enough to raise small small shivers on my arms. But I don't reach for a blanket, I let the chill settle in. Let it anchor me to this moment instead of the ones my mind keeps replaying. Sometimes the cold is honest in ways warmth can't be. It tells you exactly where you're hurting and where you're finally beginning to heal. I open the window a little wider, letting the distant hum of the city wash through the room. Cars glide by like murmured thoughts, and someone laughs faintly from a block away. A soft, fleeting echo of a life I'll never touch, but somehow feel connected to nights like this. Make the world feel bigger and smaller all at once. My fingertips trace circles on the wooden floor, each loop calming the noise inside me. I think about the version of myself I show to people, carefully arranged, smooth at the edges, held together by practice, calm. But here in the dim quiet, I let the real pieces show, the ones still learning how to rest without guilt. There's a photo on my nightstand that I haven't touched in months. I pick it up, gently turning it between my fingers. Two people smiling, not knowing what will come later. How silence can grow in the spaces between words. How distance could form even when you're sitting side by side. The memory doesn't stop tonight, it just sighs. I set the photo down and lie flat on the floor, feeling the wood press cool against my spine. Above me the ceiling is a soft gray, its shadow shifting with each passing car outside. I trace constellations in those shapes, making up stories I'll forget by morning. It's a small comfort, a way to remind myself that imagination can still bloom even in heavy seasons. As I breathe deeper, the tension tucked behind my ribs begins to unwind. Slowly, cautiously, like it's waiting to see if this peace will last. And maybe tomorrow will be loud again. But right now, this quiet room, with the night holding me softly, I feel a tenderness I haven't felt in a long time. It's enough to keep me here, eyes half lit, it hard, unclenching one beat at a time, trusting that even the smallest quiet can carry me through the dark. The night folds around me like a familiar blanket I forgot I own. Streetlights drag their golden lines across the quiet walls of my room, and I breathe in the stillness, hoping the world slows down with me. I can hear my own heartbeat echoing softly, like I finally found space to speak. I think of the moments I never said out loud, the ones I kept tucked between pages of unfinished thoughts. Your name wanders through them like a shadow tracing the edge of something warm I was afraid to hold. I let it linger tonight, just long enough to stop trembling. Time slips differently after midnight. Seconds stretch, thoughts widen, memories rearrange themselves. I remember your voice, quiet but certain, saying that silence isn't empty, that sometimes it's just a place where truth waits. I never forgot that, even when I pretended to. I walk across the room and touch the cold window pane. Outside the city glows gently like it's humming a lullaby for everyone who's still awake, trying to understand themselves. I watch headlights sweep by and imagine they're carrying pieces of my scattered dreams to someplace safer. Maybe I'm learning that letting go doesn't have to be violent. Maybe it's just choosing a softer way to breathe. I whisper your name once, not to bring you back, but to thank the memory for teaching me where my edges are. It echoes inside me like a promise I can finally keep. The night grows deeper but not darker. It wraps me in a quiet that feels more like a friend than a void. I'm not chasing answers anymore. I'm letting them arrive in small pieces, like gentle waves finding the shore at their own pace. So I close my eyes and let the hum of distant cars blend with my breath. I feel something shifting, not dramatic, not sudden, just a slow untangling of the knots I carry too long. And in that fragile unfolding, I find a glow deep enough to guide me home. If tomorrow comes heavy, I'll meet it with softer hands. If it comes bright, I'll let myself feel the warmth without expecting it to stay. But tonight, in this calm, in this hush, in this midnight glow, I allow myself the simple grace of finally being here. The night settles heavy tonight, the kind of weight you don't notice until you're sitting still long enough to feel your own heartbeat echo in the quiet corners of the room. I breathe in slowly, trying to hold on to that warmth that used to appear so easily when you were here. You're Your jacket still hangs on the back of my chair, a soft reminder of the winter you spent trying to convince yourself you weren't already halfway gone. I used to straighten the sleeves every morning, hoping it would somehow keep you from slipping further away. Funny how love makes us believe in small magic like that. I remember the night you told me you needed space. Your voice didn't shake, but your hands did. I wanted to reach for them to steady the tremble, but something in your eyes told me you'd already made the decision long before the words arrived. So I swallowed the ache and nodded like it didn't hurt to let you go. The street outside is alive with soft footsteps, snippets of conversation, the hum of strangers who don't know the silence I'm holding. I never realized how loud loneliness could be until I started hearing everything except your voice. I opened the window a little, letting in the cool air. It smells like wet pavement and new beginnings, though I'm not sure I'm ready for either. But change doesn't wait for permission, and healing never asks if the timing is convenient. Sometimes I replay the small things, your laugh when I said something unintentionally honest, the way you lean your head against the door frame when you were tired, the quiet hum you made when concentrating. Soft, steady, familiar, it's strange how those tiny pieces of someone linger longer than the big moments ever do. I sit cross-legged on the floor, running my thumb along the rug's fibers, feeling the rhythm of the night settle beneath my skin. I'm not crying out tonight, and that is for remembering without breaking, for holding the truth gently instead of fighting it. Because the truth is this, we loved the best we knew how, even if it wasn't enough to stay. We weren't failures, just two people not meant to grow in the same direction. I know that now, I feel it in the quiet. And when I finally turn off the light, letting the darkness wrap around me, I whisper a soft thank you, not to you, but to the version of myself that learned how to keep living after you walked away. The night doesn't feel so heavy after that. The night settles like a quiet ocean, waves of cool air brushing against my skin. As I sit alone on the edge of my bed, the walls glow faintly from a distant street light, soft enough to blur the lines of everything I've been overthinking. I take a slow breath and let it spill out, hoping the room offers some kind of answer to questions I haven't dared to form aloud. I reached for the old sweater draped over the chair, pulling it around me like a memory I still trust. The fabric smells faintly of rain and something gentle, something that nights when the world felt lighter. I close my eyes and picture a version of myself who didn't apologize for wanting quiet things. The car passes on the wet pavement outside. Its tires whisper in a sound that feels like a long forgotten story. I imagine the driver humming softly, lost in their own small universe, unaware that their presence has just brushed against mine. There's comfort in that, in the way strangers unknowingly keep each other company. In the vastness of the night, I let my fingers trace patterns into the blanket beneath me. Tiny loops and lines that lead nowhere in particular. It's a habit I've never broken. It keeps my mind steady when my thoughts drift too far ahead. Tonight they wander back to moments I left unfinished, conversations that needed softer endings, feelings I didn't give enough space to breathe. The air hums gently as the building settles, old beams creaking like they're sighing from the weight of the day. I mimic their rhythm, letting my shoulders drop, letting my heart slow down to a pace I can finally manage. There's something sacred about these hours after midnight, something honest, something that doesn't ask for perfection. I press my forehead to my knees and listen to the quiet stretch across the room, curling into every corner like a thin blanket of calm. It doesn't erase the heaviness I carried here, but it softens it, turning sharp edges round, turning noise into something that feels almost like peace. In this stillness, I remind myself that healing isn't a straight line. It's a slow unfolding, hidden inside nights like these. I don't need to rush, don't need to know the answers yet. I just need to sit here, breathing softly in the dark, holding space for the person I'm becoming, whoever she turns out to be. The night settles over my shoulders like a blanket someone left for me long ago. Still warm with the memory of a touch I can't quite recall, but somehow miss. I sit beside the dim lamp, letting its glow soften the corners of the room and blur the pieces of myself that feel too sharp to hold. Outside footsteps echo down the street, slow, unhurried, the kind that belong to someone with nowhere they need to be. I envy that ease, that drifting on air feeling. I try to breathe the same way, steady, quiet, patient, but my thoughts stay tangled, knotted in places I'm afraid to pull apart. I'd pick up a book I've read 100 times, not to dive into the story, but to borrow its calm. The pages smell faintly of dust in winter, reminding me of nights when I used to stay awake dreaming instead of overthinking. I miss that version of myself, the one who believed every small light was a start of something big. Was the start of something big. The window glass is cold beneath my fingertips, and the city glows like it's keeping a secret only night can hold. I watch the lights flicker in the distance, each one beating like a slow pulse, whispering that it's okay to pause, to not have all the answers, to simply exist without performing. A soft melody drifts from the radio, barely more than a breath, but it fills the room like it knows me. I lean my head back, letting the chords seep into the spaces I've kept quiet for too long. There's something healing about a sound that doesn't rush you, that waits for your heart to catch up. I start humming without meaning to, a low, wavering tone that rises only when the music needs it. It feels like tracing the outline of a memory I haven't lived yet. Something tender, something I wanna keep safe. In this moment, nothing is urgent, nothing is loud, nothing asks me to be more than I am. As the minutes stretch into something softer, I close my eyes and feel the weight I've been carrying slowly ease, not disappear, just loosen enough for me to breathe without breaking. And in the hush of this quiet room, with the city murmuring far below, I feel the first hint of peace I've allowed myself in far too long. The record crackles as it starts to spin, dusty and familiar, like the way you used to trace circles on my back when neither of us could fall asleep. I press my thumb against the corner of the sleeve, breathing in the faint scent of something I can't quite name. Maybe comfort, maybe memory, maybe you. I lean against the wall, knees drawn close, watching the shadows move like slow tides around the furniture. Every object in this room remembers you in a different way. The blanket you stole every winter night, the chip mug you always favored, the lamp we never fixed because the broken flicker felt romantic. Your words, not mine. I wonder if you'd laugh, knowing how long I've kept things the same, as if staying still could bring back a moment already gone. But nights like this invite old habits, and I fall into them easily. The song deepens, a mellow guitar climbing softly through the quiet, and I close my eyes, letting the chords spill through me like warm water over cold hands. Your voice surfaces the night sharply, just as a low hum beneath the melody, something my heart recognizes before my mind can catch up. Do you ever think about that winter when we got snowed in for 2 days and the heat went out and we spent the whole night talking under 3 layers of blankets? You told me you hated the cold but didn't mind it if it meant staying close to me. I didn't say it then, but I felt the same. Things are different now, we're different now. People drift even when they swear they won't. I used to blame myself for the way you faded, as if I had been holding you wrong, and not at all. But time has a way of softening blame, of turning it into something closer to understanding. My tea has gone cold on the table, and the room feels heavier than it did an hour ago. I watch the steam disappear, quick, definite, and I think about how some goodbyes happen just like that. No announcement, just a slow cooling until there's nothing left to warm your hands around. Still, when the chorus returns, I feel a small blooming in the center of my chest. Not hope, not longing, just the quiet truth that loving you left me softer than I was before. And softness, even when it hurts, is never a mistake. The record loops back to the beginning, a gentle click marking the reset. And I stand to lift the needle, not because I'm done listening, but because the night is finally letting me breathe again. I whisper your name once, not to call you back, but to honor the version of us that knew how to love, even when the world outside kept changing faster than we could. The room feels suspended in time, as if everything outside the walls has paused just long enough for me to finally hear myself think. I lie sideways on the couch, arm tucked beneath my head, watching the dust motes drift lazily through the soft glow of the lamp. Each one spins in its own slow dance, and for a moment I envy their weightlessness. I reach out a hand and let my fingertips graze the air, imagining I can touch the fading warmth of the day still lingering in the room. It's faint, but it's there, a reminder that even small warmth doesn't disappear all at once. I hold on to that thought, curling it into my chest like a soft secret, meant only for nights like this. The curtains sway gently, nudged by a breeze that carries a scent of distant pavement and cooling rain. There's something grounding in the way the world smells at night, as if everything raw and complicated is rinsed clean for a few quiet hours. I inhale slowly, letting it fill the spaces where my worry lives. Softening the sharpness, I sit up and pull my knees close, feeling the couch dip slightly beneath me. The cushions are warm from countless nights like this, listening, reflecting, unraveling. I whisper something small into the air, not sure if it's a confession or a wish. The room absorbs it without question, like it always does, gentle and unassuming. My phone screen lights up briefly with a message from a name I haven't fully untangled myself from. I don't open it, not tonight. quiet truths that don't need to be spoken aloud. The kind that sit warm in the heart even when the hands feel cold. I push myself off the couch and walk slowly to the window. Bare feet brushing against the cool floor. The city glows below. Tiny dots of yellow and blue scattered like constellations falling onto the streets. Some lights flicker, some stay steady, and I wonder which kind I am tonight. The trembling spark or the one that holds firm. Leaning my head against the glass, I watch a lone cyclist glide through the intersection. Their shadows stretching long behind them. There's something poetic in the way people move at this hour. Quieter, softer, as if the night asked them to tread a little more gently. I find myself matching my breath to the rhythm of their passing. Returning to the couch, I wrap a blanket around me, letting its warmth settle over the parts of me that feel unfinished. The room hums softly, a blend of distant cars and the tender hush of my own heartbeat. And in that layered quiet I find a small steady truth. I don't need answers tonight, just this stillness, just this soft unfolding. It's enough. Half dark, lit only by the small lamp in the corner. It flickers like it's trying to remember how to shine. I sit on the floor with my back against the side of the bed, feeling the quiet thrum of the night settle into my spine. Every breath feels slower, like the world is finally matching my pace. I run my hand through the carpet fibers, the softness grounding me more than any thought could. There's a comfort in touching things that don't ask questions, things that simply exist beside you without needing explanation. If only people were that gentle, if only I could be that gentle with myself. The window is cracked just enough to let the night air drift in, cool and steady, carrying faint scents of asphalt and distant rain. Somewhere down the block, a lone bus sighs to a stop, and its engine hum mingles with the faint rustle of leaves. It feels like the world is breathing right alongside me. I lean my head back and close my eyes, letting memories rise quietly, like soft waves that don't crash, just brush the shoreline and retreat. Some of them hurt, not sharply, but in that dull, familiar way that reminds you you lived deeply enough to grow scars. My phone buzzes once explanations or replies. It's a night for staying still, for listening to the pulse beneath my own quiet thoughts. The glow of the screen fades quickly, leaving the room untouched again. A melody begins to form in my mind, soft and slow, the kind that doesn't need lyrics to say what it means. I hum along just barely, a fragile thread of sound that keeps me tethered to something gentle. It feels like singing a lullaby to the parts of myself I forget to soothe. Minutes pass in a blur, stretching and folding like fabric pulled by invisible hands. Time doesn't feel linear at night. It expands, shifts, wraps itself around you in ways that daylight never allows. I let myself sink into it, letting the softness of the moment dissolve the weight I've been holding. And as the quiet wraps around me, I realize something small, something I hadn't noticed before. I am safe here in this slow breathing dark, not fixed, not finished, but safe and for tonight. That is enough, more than enough. The streets are quiet tonight, just the hum of distant cars rolling through the dark. And I'm lying on the floor beside my window, trying to remember what it felt like when your voice still filled this room. It's strange how silence grows when someone stops loving you slowly. Not all at once, just piece by piece, until their absence becomes louder than their presence ever was. I still keep your messages tucked away, even though I never read them anymore. They feel like old photographs, faded, bent at the corners, proof that we existed once in a way that felt too big for both of us. I take a breath, and the night smells like rain and warm asphalt, the same way it did the first time we stayed up talking until the morning crept in through the blinds. And you laughed like you couldn't believe the world had room for a moment like that. I wish I could freeze that version of you, the one who held my hands like they were fragile lightning, who traced the outlines of my dreams as if they were maps you wanted to wander through. But people change, and love changes faster. The clock on my nightstand blinks a soft red 2:41 a.m. And I think if I close my eyes long enough, I might hear the echo of your footsteps walking toward me instead of away. But dreams are generous like that, they tell kinder stories than the ones we live. I sit up slowly, run my fingers over the old vinyl records you loved, and let one spin just to fill the room with something other than the hollow space you left behind. The melody sways like a memory I'm not Two people trying, even when it scared them, but we unraveled quietly, stitch by stitch, until we became strangers, wearing familiar shadows. Still, there are moments when I feel you, in the flicker of a street lamp, in the stretch of a longing hill, in the way the night wraps itself around me like it remembers your shape. I'm not waiting for your return, I'm just learning the rhythm of letting go. Slow, gentle, not tearing but releasing, the way autumn leaves fall without demanding the tree. Remember their color when the sky begins to pale at the edges, and the first hints of morning spills across my floor. Whisper your name one last time tonight, not out of longing, but as a quiet offering to the part of my heart that learned how to stay open even after you close the door. There's a quiet glow slipping under my curtains tonight, the kind that blurs the line between being awake and drifting somewhere softer. I lie on my bed listening to the faint pulse of the city, like a heartbeat I forgot belonged to me. Your name rises in my thoughts, not sharply, not with pain, just like a ripple that forms without asking and disappears just as quietly. It's strange how someone can stay in the corners of your mind long after the story ends. I stretch my hand toward the ceiling, tracing the slow-moving shadows, wondering if somewhere on the other side of this night you're staring at your own ceiling too. Maybe thinking of nothing, maybe thinking of me, maybe trying not to. The air feels lighter when I let myself remember the beginnings instead of the endings. The soft jokes, the half-whispered dreams, the time we spend an hour talking about where we live. If the world didn't ask so much from us, you said somewhere with warm nights and long sunsets. And I smile because I already saw myself there with you. But people don't always stay in the places they promise. We learn that gently or all at once. You left quietly, without fireworks, without dramatic reasons, just the natural drifting of two hearts growing at different speeds. Now the rhythm beneath the window feels steadier than the rhythm we ever found together. It's funny how peace can arrive disguised as loneliness until you look closer and realize it's just the world rearranging itself without the weight of longing. A soft breeze curls around the edge of my room, lifting the pages of the book I've been pretending to read. I let them flutter. There's something comforting about things moving on their own without needing permission. If I'm honest, there's still a part of me that wonders what you're becoming. Not because I want to return, but because knowing someone once makes you root for their future, even from far away. I breathe out slowly, press my palm against my chest, feel the settling of everything I used to resist. Healing isn't loud, isn't dramatic. It arrives in small moments like this one, where the night feels wide instead of empty. And when the of tomorrow.